Nobody gets to write your destiny but you. Your future is in your hands. Your life is what you make of it. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is beyond your reach. So long as you're willing to dream big, so long as you're willing to work hard, so long as you're willing to stay focused on your education, there is not a single thing that any of you cannot accomplish.
My opinion on dropping out of school, I don't think that's a very good idea, obviously, as being a teacher, but I do see it as something that happens and something at the time seems like a good, or not necessarily a good idea or a good decision, but something maybe fits best for someone's life.
Because an education has never been more important than it is today.
If you're motivated to learn, if you really want to learn, this is an amazing time for everyone.
No benefit of dropping out of high school, not one. The disadvantages of dropping out of high school are numerous. Number one, it's very difficult to get any kind of a job without a high school diploma. It's becoming even difficult to get a job with a GED. Your high school diploma indicates a lot more about you than just your grades. It indicates that you can be where you're supposed to be, at the time you're supposed to be there, and that you can do what you need to do while you're there.
You are the only exception. You are the only exception.
Your success in school is not just going to determine your success, it's going to determine America's success in the 21st century. So you've got an obligation to yourselves, and America has an obligation to you to make sure you're getting the best education possible.
What would I do if my child dropped out of school? I would probably be upset, honestly. Hopefully I would talk to my child, my teenager, and try and figure out why. How can we remedy that? How can we get them back in school? I think that's what I would do.
What do I think that makes students want to drop out of school is one, they're behind in credits. We have some seniors right now that maybe have 6 or 8 credits. Two, I think their family status changes. The fact that, one, they may come from a broken home and they now feel like they have to help financially, help support the family. Two, they may move out and maybe are on their own for whatever reason. Or maybe they just feel like they're an adult and it's time for them to work.
God, can you hear me? Tell me, can you see me? Show me that you're with me. Can't you hear me sing and say yeah?
What are some things I can do to encourage teens not to drop out of high school? I think one is to number one, encourage teenagers. The ones that I have influence over is to encourage them. Again, I think it all boils down to setting goals in life and how do you achieve those goals. And that most goals that we do set for ourselves do include education in those. Because I think education makes us more complete, maybe. Not that education fulfills us, but helps us along in our goals.
There's kind of a kickback of why they go to work and have great attendance versus come to school and have great attendance. They're not seeing that ultimate goal by being in school every day and getting those credits and making those grades and working towards graduation. They don't see that now. But at work, they see that automatic, every 2 weeks I get a paycheck. And here, well, I can't give you get a grade every quarter, every semester, and then all those credits work towards a high school diploma, which you get 4 years later or whatever. So kids don't see that immediate reward necessarily.
the improvement that we've seen in our graduation rate these last couple years really is the accumulation of work that's been done for several years. I think of the work of our parents as teachers, our early childhood educators, kindergarten teachers, and then all the teachers through the years that work very hard to make sure each of our students are successful and stay engaged in the educational process. And I think that there also are some options that have become available at the high school that have helped out. The Missouri options, where the GED, it becomes an option for students graduating high school, and some of the other programs that related to credit recovery that have also had a positive impact on our graduation rate.
Dropping out of school isn't something new. People did it in the 70s and they still regretted their decision. Now here's an example of how Arthur Fonzarelli dropped out of school and then decided to get back to school.
You know, some of you may be wondering, what is Fonzie doing here? Well, I'll tell you, 3 years ago, I was wondering the same thing myself. Oh, yeah. I want to tell you, school was no fun. No. There were always a lot of rules, you know, like, don't wear your taps on your shoes. Don't ride your bike up and down the hallway. I thought to myself, who needs this, you know? And instantaneously, I dropped out. Kids thought I was cool. Well, I'm here to tell you that quitting things is definitely not cool-a-mundo. This may surprise you, but some of the smartest people I know have high school diplomas. Let me tell you something, folks. Let me tell you something. Finishing school gives you a sense of accomplishment. Can you dig it? It gives you a sense of thumbs up for the future. That's why I went back to night school. That's why I stand here tonight before you wearing a dress. Yeah. I got one thing to say in closing. Get your education. Get it during the day or get it at night. Get it in between dates, but get it. Because I want to tell you something. Staying in school is cool. Whoa.